The foundation of the unbreakable strength is not a gift bestowed upon the lucky. It is a blade forged in the fires of betrayal, tempered in the cold of rejection, and sharpened in those silent nights where you realize with brutal clarity that no one is coming to save you. The strongest version of yourself will never be born from a life of ease. Ease is a slow poison that breeds soft men. Power, true power, rises from the ashes of your comfort zone. You must understand this fundamental truth. Life does not reward the well-meaning or the merely kind. It rewards the relentless. The world does not bend for those who are simply good. It bends only for the unbreakable. If you desire to ascend, you must immediately stop begging for fairness. Fairness is a comforting illusion whispered by the weak to keep the strong obedient and predictable. The reality is cold. Nobody cares about your struggles. Nobody is going to hand you authority or success on a silver platter. If you are not willing to become ruthless with your time, your energy, and your singular focus, then you are actively choosing the path of weakness. The first step is brutal acceptance. You are alone. No one is coming to rescue you. The second step is savage responsibility. Everything, your failures, your growth, your current state, is entirely on you. This is the foundation of the sovereign man. Without this internal bedrock, every rule that follows will eventually collapse under pressure. If you cannot stomach this reality, turn back now. If you can, then mark this moment with your creed, "No one saves me, I save myself." This is where your transformation begins, not with hope, but with ruthless clarity. Number 1. Discipline is freedom. Every man talks about freedom, but few ever taste it. Most men confuse freedom with the license to do whatever they want, whenever they want. That is not freedom. That is being a slave to your own fleeting impulses. Real freedom is found only through the iron gates of discipline. When your body obeys your mind without hesitation, when your habits serve your ultimate vision rather than your comfort, and when your time bends to your command, that is the only freedom that matters. Discipline is the architecture of strength. It is the silent, sacred contract you sign with yourself every morning. It is the unshakable agreement that regardless of how you feel, regardless of the weather or the mood, you will act. The man who waits for motivation will forever be chained by his own weakness. But the man who possesses discipline becomes a force of nature. It builds the frame for greatness, sharpening your intellect, hardening your spirit, and fortifying your body. It is the accumulation of small, precise, and resolved actions that stack into an unshakable monument. This is not about self-punishment. It is about self-power. It is the power that keeps you calm in the center of chaos and steady when the world begins to buckle. Every titan who carved their name into history did so through disciplined practice. Now it is your turn. Make this your oath. Discipline is my freedom. Master yourself, and no man or circumstance will ever master you again. Number 2. Build relentless focus. Power is diluted when the mind is scattered. Weak men fail not because they lack potential, but because they chase too many rabbits at once, with no depth and no commitment. The strongest version of yourself is not the man who tries to do everything. It is the man who chooses one mission, one direction, and burns his entire soul into it until the world has no choice but to acknowledge his presence. Focus is the great amplifier. It takes your raw skills and concentrates them into a laser that cuts through the noise of distraction. To master focus, you must guard your attention as if your life depended on it, because it does. What you give your attention to is exactly what you become. Do not allow trivialities, shallow entertainment, or the hollow opinions of the masses to fracture your path. Every second wasted on things that do not build you is a second stolen from the man you are destined to be. Direct your eyes forward, amputate what does not matter, and pour your entire being into what does. Focus transforms mere effort into undeniable results. It creates a momentum so dense that resistance shatters before it. Once you taste the clarity of relentless focus, the world becomes simpler, sharper, and entirely conquerable. Your task is to do the right things with such savage intensity that nothing can stand in your way. Declare it. My focus is my fortress. That. Number 3. Forge unshakable resilience. Resilience is not the absence of hardship. It is the act of rising every single time you are struck down. Life will test you, regardless of your strength. Storms will arrive, obstacles will emerge, and setbacks will come uninvited to your door. But the strongest version of yourself does not crumble under the weight. He adapts. He endures. He pushes through. Resilience is the armor of the mind and the tempered steel of the spirit. It is that quiet internal voice that growls, "I will not stop." Understand that diamonds are only formed under extreme pressure and mountains are birthed from violent collisions. So must you be. Every failure is a master teacher. Every difficulty is resistance training for your soul. Do not fear the challenge. The challenge is the sculptor. When the world expects you to fold, stand taller. When fear whispers for you to retreat, take a step forward. The man who possesses true resilience becomes invincible because nothing external holds the power to destroy his internal resolve. Your strength is not proven when the sun is shining. It is proven by how you stand when the hurricane hits. Let others see a man who grows sharper with every test. Make this your creed. I rise through every storm. Number 4. Master the power of consistency. Consistency is the quiet, relentless force that separates the common from the exceptional. Talent without consistency is merely wasted potential. Ambition without consistency is just a fading spark. But daily, disciplined consistency is what transforms a man into a monument. Think of the river that cuts through the canyon. It does not do so by force, but by persistence. Small, intentional actions repeated over time carve destiny into reality. The world respects the man who shows up again and again, long after the initial excitement has died and the applause has faded. Consistency isn't glamorous. It's the work done in the dark, the training done when no one is watching, the devotion to the craft when no reward is visible. Greatness is not a single heroic act. It is the echo of 1,000 disciplined days stacked on top of one another. The man who commits to consistency becomes unstoppable because no single setback can erase the mountain of progress he has built. It makes success a matter of when, not if. Do not seek perfection. Seek persistence. You will stumble, but you must continue. What you repeat, you become. When you repeat strength, you become strength. Declare it. Consistency makes me unstoppable. Number 5. Strength through solitude. In your journey upward, you will face a truth that many are too afraid to acknowledge. Solitude is a source of immense power. Most men are terrified of silence, filling their lives with hollow noise and the constant validation of others to avoid facing themselves. But solitude is the crucible where true clarity is born. The man who fears being alone has not yet mastered himself. When you are alone, the masks of society fall away. There is no one left to impress and no one to carry the burden for you. There is only you. Solitude strips you to your essence, forcing you to confront your weaknesses without excuse. It is in these quiet moments that warriors forge their resolve and leaders envision their empires. Every great man in history has known the necessity of withdrawing from the noise to return stronger. Solitude builds self-reliance. It creates an inner fortress that no betrayal or outside storm can breach. The world respects the man who does not cling to the crowd for his identity. This is not isolation. It is fortification. In solitude, you read, you train, you build, and you prepare while the rest of the world distracts itself. When you finally step forward, you do not ask for validation. You command it. Make solitude your ally. If you can stand strong alone, you can stand anywhere. Your declaration: solitude is my power. Number 6. Command your energy. Energy is the fundamental currency of life. You may have the vision and the ambition, but without the mastery of your energy, your potential will scatter into nothingness. The man who wastes his energy wastes his very existence. The strongest version of yourself is not the one with the most energy, but the one who knows exactly where to direct it. Commanding your energy begins with absolute awareness. Every thought you entertain and every word you speak either fuels your power or drains your reserves. Most men bleed their vitality through endless scrolling, petty arguments, and hollow pursuits. But the man who masters his energy becomes a force of nature. He is ruthless with his vitality. He invests it into his body, his mission, and his mind, refusing to give even a drop to anything unworthy. Energy is focus in motion. Eliminate the parasites that drain you, whether they be habits or people. Guard your mornings like sacred ground. Train with intensity and speak only when it matters. When your physical, mental, and spiritual energies align, you become magnetic. People will feel your presence before you even speak. Do not waste your fire on trivialities. Channel it. Command it. Make this your oath. My energy obeys my purpose. Number 7. Build an unshakable mind. The ultimate battlefield has always been and will always be the mind. Muscles eventually decay and fortunes can vanish in a heartbeat. But a mind that has been fortified remains the throne upon which true power sits. To reach the summit of your potential, you must construct a mind that is entirely unshakable. This is not the common mind that collapses under the weight of stress or dissolves into doubt. This is a fortress of discipline. An unshakable mind begins with absolute clarity. You must know exactly who you are and where you are going. Without this, the mind drifts into chaos. With it, the mind becomes a blade that cuts through the fog of life. You must guard your mind like a king guards his kingdom, allowing only that which builds strength to enter. Mastery of the mind is not about the absence of emotion, but the command of it. Use anger as the fuel for action. Use fear as the catalyst for preparation. Use pain as the teacher of wisdom. Control your internal dialogue with surgical precision. Never speak to yourself as a victim, for victims never build empires. When the world is screaming in panic, the unshakable man remains silent, calculating his next move. Train your mind through discomfort. Expose yourself to the difficult and refuse to yield. Soon, nothing external will have the power to rattle your internal peace. Declare this as law. My mind is my fortress. Number 8. Forge the body into a weapon. The mind is the center of command, but the body is the instrument of execution. A brilliant mind trapped in a weak, neglected body is like a general locked in a cage. His vision is vast, but his reach is paralyzed. To become the strongest version of yourself, you must forge your physical form into a weapon that is precise, powerful, and unyielding. This is not about vanity or aesthetics. It is about sovereignty and function. A man whose body radiates strength communicates his discipline without saying a single word. His presence alone signals that he is not to be trifled with. Physical strength is the foundation of mental confidence. Every repetition in the gym, every mile run, and every hour of discipline is a message to your own subconscious that you are capable of enduring. Train for readiness. Train so that you are prepared for whatever demands life places upon you. When you conquer the weakness of your own flesh, you conquer the fear in your spirit. A strong body does not sap the will, it feeds it. Do not compare yourself to the masses. Compare yourself only to the man you were yesterday. Push further, lift heavier, and endure longer. Stop seeing the struggle of training as a burden and start seeing it as a privilege. When the mind and body are forged together, you become undeniable. Make this your reality. My body is my weapon. Number 9. Master the art of legacy. True power is not measured solely by what you achieve while you breathe, but by the impact that remains when you are gone. Legacy is the echo of your life's work. It is the shadow that remains when the man has stepped into the light of history. To master legacy, you must live with an intention that transcends the immediate. The man who builds a legacy does not chase the fleeting applause of the crowd. He builds structures and values that endure. It is not built in a day, but through a lifetime of unshakable standards. Legacy is about being remembered deeply by those whose lives were transformed by your example. Whether you are a father raising strong children or a leader lifting your people, you are planting seeds for a future you may never see. Ask yourself daily, what am I building that will outlast me? This perspective forces you to rise above petty distractions and align with the eternal. It makes you weigh your habits against the scale of generations. Legacy requires the sacrifice of today's comfort for tomorrow's greatness. When you live for more than yourself, your power multiplies. You are no longer just one man. You are the start of a new lineage. Let this mark your path. I build what outlives me. Number 10. Command time, command life. Time is the most ruthless force in the universe. It cannot be bought, paused, or recovered. Every second that ticks by is either a brick in your monument or a shovelful of dirt on your grave. The strongest version of yourself understands that mastery over life is synonymous with mastery over time. Most men treat their days as if they have an infinite supply, squandering hours on things that offer zero return. But the sovereign man treats time as a finite blade. He wields it with lethal precision. Commanding time means rising with a mission. It means defending your calendar against the intruders of mediocrity and the thieves of distraction. Time is not money. Time is life itself. When you master your schedule, you multiply your output until your progress becomes inevitable. Every great empire was built in the purposeful use of minutes. Do not respect time. Fear wasting it. Guard your focus with the same intensity you would use to guard your life. When you command your time, you command your destiny. This is the oath of the relentless. I command my time. I command my life. Number 11. Surround yourself with strength. No man reaches the peak of his power in a vacuum. While solitude builds self-mastery, your environment will ultimately determine the height of your ceiling. You are the average of the standards you tolerate. Surround yourself with weakness, and you will eventually justify your own decline. Surround yourself with strength, and you will be forced to ascend. Human beings are designed to mirror their tribe. If your inner circle consists of men who complain, avoid responsibility, and chase cheap pleasures, you will absorb their poison. But if you stand among those who are disciplined, visionary, and unshakable, their gravity will pull you upward. Your circle is your council of war. Be ruthless with your environment. Seek out mentors who have walked the path and allies who refuse to accept anything less than excellence. Iron sharpens iron. You must become the kind of man that other strong men want to stand beside. Brotherhood is the force that keeps your fire burning when your own reserves are low. Plant yourself in soil where ambition is the only language spoken. Make this your oath. I walk with strength. I rise with strength. Number 12. Become untouchable. This is the convergence of every rule. Discipline, focus, resilience, consistency, solitude, energy, mind, body, time, legacy, and brotherhood. They are the components of a single identity. the untouchable man. To be untouchable does not mean you are immune to the storms of life. It means that when the storm hits, you are the rock that does not move. It means that rejection cannot diminish you, failure cannot stop you, and pain cannot break you. You have forged yourself into a version of humanity that no longer requires permission from the world to exist or to succeed. You are now the master of your own soul. You no longer compete with the world. The world is merely the stage upon which you perform your mastery. This is your turning point. You are no longer hoping for a better life. You are commanding it. You have stopped bowing to your weaknesses and started feeding your power. No one saves you. You save yourself. No one builds you. You build yourself. And once you have done the work, once you have walked through the fire and come out as steel, you will realize the ultimate truth. You are untouchable. This is the beginning. This is your rebirth. Write it, live it, and let it echo through everything you do. I am untouchable.